Greetings and beyond the new. My name is Omni, and welcome to the current installment of What If Deku Was the Reincarnation of Jugo, Part 3. Now, I'm going to do a little explaining. Okay, so his harem will not only include the ones I had already mentioned, which is the girls of Class 1A, Class 1B, Midnight, Uebami, Mountain Lady, and Ryuku, which makes 18. Oh, wait, no. And, let's see. Oh, yeah. Which also includes, May, Nejire. Basically, I'm going with all the girls that Izuku knows personally in My Hero Academia. In other words, the girls of Class 1A, B, his teacher Midnight, uh, well, I'll just say he knows all the girls, including Uebami, Mirko, but he's actually going to be meeting them all right after he gets his quirk, so over the summer, because he's sort of on a road trip. He has an adventure with each of the girls in question. That was so impactful that he'll remember them, but he still cares about Ochaka the most. And she'll be the only one to recognize him right off the bat because they'll still keep in touch over the years while other girls are forget to ask his name and his contact information, but they'll remember Ember because they'll all be witness to him when he I'll just say during the first go around of the internships, all the girls will be in attendance with that special rescue training inning where they were supposed to be rescuing dummies from a ruined underground shopping mall. Oh, except for Toga. No, Toga. Yeah, because she's actually going to be going to UA instead. And so, yeah. And she's already discovered that she can have the ability to copy others' quirks, not just their appearance right after she becomes a second year here. Okay, so yeah. Anywho, let's get and so yeah. But I digress. Let's get into the video. Okay, so Deku had just gotten Recovery Girl to had gotten Ochaka healed. Then we skip ahead to the end of the exam. All the teachers, including Nezu, who stare at Izuku with wide eyes, except for All Might and Nezu. They give him a, a very happy grin, while Midnight walks up to him and says, "So, she's your Chaka, isn't she, young man?" Which makes Ochaka and Deku blush. Then Midnight, aka Nimiri, asks Nezu to play the recording of Deku calling Ochaka his Ochako. It plays, then that's when Ochako asks, Deku-kun, now that I know you feel the same way I do you wanna, go out with me? Deku stutters out a hell yes. Yes, the same volume that Bakugo usually has when he yells, which makes Ochaka laugh. Deku-kun, that's the same level of volume as Bakugo. And Deku gets embarrassed, but also mentally thinks, oh man. And if Aunt Mitsuki ever finds out, and he's thinking all this in his mind, then she is gonna be not only impressed that he's finally gotten a girlfriend, but that she and her son rubbed off on him a little. Okay, so we skip ahead to when they all get their letters. They've officially Deku and Ochaka have officially become an item. So yeah. Sorry, I needed to let loose some wind from the upper part of my body. Had some extra wind I needed to get out of my upper body. Sorry. Anywho, okay. But they haven't gone on their first date yet because then when the letters appear, everything goes like in canon, blah 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 blah. And to celebrate, and just so you know, when his quirk his quote unquote awakens, his mom actually starts going to the gym, and also doesn't get chunky. She actually stays the same that she is in canon before she starts stress eating, but she's also working at home as an accountant for multiple companies, and if her quirk wasn't, wasn't the whole being able to use minor telekinesis to attract small objects to her, then people would think that she has a type of managerial related quirk. If you heard anything in the background, yeah, that was just my cousin clearing his throat. Okay, so yeah, let's. That's just how good she is with accounting and managing, which is a good skill to have if you're a manager, in my opinion. Anywho, okay, so Inko, Mitsuki, Masaru, which are Bakugo's parents, along with Ochaka's parents, all go out, and it's her treat because, well, it's gonna be Inko's treat because she's made quite a lot of money, enough to that having Asashi pay child support, or it is just loose change in comparison. So yeah, they're basically rich. But then she doesn't want to, like buy a mansion or anything like that. She just buys a house that's right next door to the Bakugo house. So yeah, they're gonna be neighbors. So yeah, that's why he's all gotten influenced by mostly Mitsuki, Bakugo's mother there, which is like an older female version of him in the looks department and the and personality department. Sorry, stupid allergies. Anywho, let's get back into the video. They celebrate and they go to their world's version of Golden Corral. Bakugo actually ignores the two now lovebirds. Erds because when they all met up before they entered their universe version of Golden Corral, which I will be calling the Almighty Eatery chain, which is based off of someone who is owned actually by All Might. Right. Right. He opened the chain in all around the world so that way he could introduce food from his homeland, but also from other countries to other countries that might not, you know, get the ingredients necessary to make the dishes. And he actually had them open before he had his, stomach, before he had his injury, so yeah. So yeah. And before they entered, Izuku and Ochaka announced that they're now a couple, which makes his mom, Mitsuki, and Ochaka's mom squeal in delight. Masaru gives a unclely nod that he's done good, but Ochaka's dad, gives him a death glare and tells him don't hurt my daughter. And then Izuku says, like hell I'll do that. I would sell my soul to the devil himself than to hurt Ocha-chan. Which they're all shocked about this, making Ochaka blush. Then they all go in. They have the night of their lives. Blah 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 blah, and they also secretly get a discount being made up, saying that they were randomly that they're quote unquote oh random number of customer that enters as a large group. So yeah. Oops. So yeah. Anywho, so but it was just All Might's way of because he was the one who actually suggested it to Izuku, and Izuku then gave us the suggestion to his mother, and she actually really likes the food because most of the companies that she helps out would usually get catering from the almighty food chain. So yeah, and that's what the food chain is actually called, the almighty food chain. Yeah, All Might's not good with names in this. And I'm pretty sure he's not really good at naming things in, well, canon either. But if he is, then, well, this is just my canon version of All Might. Okay, so, yeah. I just felt like going with the most simple naming scheme as possible. So, yeah. Okay, now we skip ahead to when Ochaka and Deku actually walk in class 1A. Everything goes like in canon. And then but when Ida's trying to reprimand Bakugo, Deku says, "Don't make me tell Aunt Mitsuki on you." Ew. It might be, you know how, okay, he says, you know how she is about these kind of things. While she might not give a damn about regular desks that have no doubt that could have once had a great hero, that could also be a desk that All Might himself might have used, or someone on that was inspired by All Might I used. Okay, so yeah. And in this canon, Bakugo actually ends up sitting at the same desk that All Might uses in his first year. Here, I'm just giving him that just because. As Deku actually knows this, knows that's the same desk All Might uses in his first year. And is a little upset that Bakugo is using it, and in the words of Ida, defiling it. Okay, so yeah. Everything goes like in canon, yada yada yada. Yada. And to okay. Okay, and the ball throw, he actually uses charges up. Okay, so since he's number one, I'm just gonna be everyone's scores are like in canon, and then I'll just be telling you what Izuku's scores is. Oh. And when he first received One for All, he could use 50% comfortably, 55% straining himself. And over the 10 months, he's gone to 90% comfortably and 95% and 95% straining themselves. And he's already mastered all the additional quirks that he gains, along, of course, also with giving and training Tashinorian on how to use the curse mark that he received. So, yeah. He's already almost mastered stage 1 of the curse mark arc. So, yeah. I will, if you haven't seen my video on what curse mark he gets, there are 2 in Naruto canon, but then there's also a third one. I found that I looked up curse marks, and besides the heaven and earth one that we see in canon, there's also a hell one, and that's the one All Might has, the hell curse mark. But I already said, I'm just reminding everyone who might not have seen that part of my what if. Anywho, okay, so yeah. Okay, Deku actually forms his right arm into a cannon, then slowly builds up his chakra in his arm cannon with, I'm going to say 90% of One for All, because he wants to show off a bit of a peacock moment for Ochaka. Aka. So yeah. Then when he launches it, it actually gets out of the solar system, so he'll also have infinity. For the seated, for the push-ups, he's a blur. For the race, for the 50-meter dash, he gets 0.001 millisecond. And that's with him just using One for All at 90%. Actually, no. One for All at 90% and his full power chakra form. For the side-to-side touches, he's actually going even faster, so it looks like he's invisible, but there's still every time he moves, there's a slight breeze, so they still know that he's there. Because he only uses half of his overall chakra for the push for the pull ups. For the jump, he actually uses 90% of one for all to get 10 stories high, and then uses his body jets to get all the way to the first layer of the atmosphere, which is actually recorded for the grip test, as he actually grips it so hard that all the parts that it was gripped are vaporized, with a score of with this score of let's see, 1,000,000 million. And after every time after every test, him destroying it, he would always say, "Don't worry, I'm not only strong. I know how to control it. I'll let it to its absolute form where I can make my power actually, where I can actually mask my power. So don't worry, unless you get on my bad side." Okay, which makes everyone gulp in fear, and Ochaka is actually starting to fantasize. I guess then when we have our children, we'll be able to cradle them when they're newborns. And then Ochaka realizes what she's thinking. She blushes like crazy, which all the girls in class 1A notice this, and they all give okay smirks, while Mina gives a energetic smirk. Okay, for the endurance race, he actually beats out Momo, even with the electric scooter, but then he just does one more lap and then calls it quits, telling him that part of his quirk is giving him infinite stamina. And Aizawa could actually believe this, considering that. Oh, and the day before he got the letter, he was told his backstory to the teachers and Nezu about his past, as well as his his past life's past as well. So he can actually believe this, except for them knowing about Jugo's original world's Kami's interference in this. So yeah. He everything goes like in canon, and then afterwards, herds, yada yada yada, and that's actually where I'm gonna be leaving it off. Like, comment, and subscribe, but I'm not doing this for that. It just helps me out. I'm just getting my my creative juices. Yes, I said juices. Anywho, bye.